Hey team, we're here for hamstrings and glutes. So we're making that switch, that mental shift right now in the very beginning of the workout before we even start. We're going to light up the hamstrings and glutes, not the quads and the glutes. I know we can confuse those two muscle groups with the same movements, right? RDLs, sumo squats, so it's important for us to get our angles right. We have 3 supersets. The first 2, we're going to hit those 4 rounds. Last superset, we have 3 rounds. And I just realized we'll need a mini loop band for that if you have one. If not, no worries. You can go body weight. Or if you're taking this workout to the gym, then you can also use a cable bar on the lowest setting with an ankle strap as an option. I'm not going to be anywhere near a gym for a while. No shade, no shade if that's your path. I like to give January a healthy breather, typically because the things that I need are constantly in use when I get to the gym. So I'm focusing on in-home workouts personally. But if you're at the gym, feel free to set up your standard Sumo RDL weight. My dumbbell selection, I have 30s. I have 150-pound dumbbell. That's going to be for my sumo squats. 30s I'll be using for straight leg RDLs, so grab your straight leg RDL dumbbell weight. Also have 15s and 20s. I don't think I'll be using those today. We don't have much unilateral work. This is basics. Like this is basics. So we're working with shorter rep ranges for things like our Sumo RDLs. Let's see. I do have a shallow bench here for hip thrusts. Go ahead and set up your hip thrust situation. I'll be using my resistance bands in the booty sprout as well as a dumbbell. But let me grab my lifting straps and mini loop band. We'll get it going. All right, lifting straps, check. Band coming in at the end. Get my music back up and running here if I can. And I warmed up my legs already. I'm just going to do some very quick stretching. And then we'll get into the first superset, which is our Sumo RDLs and hip thrusts. All right. So when I'm working hamstrings, I like to warm up with some good mornings. Can grab some weight for the good mornings because rarely are we doing any deadlifts with just body weight. That would be silly, but I do like to set my body up for success in terms of muscle memory, and I don't love the idea of warm-up sets. There's different philosophies. I'm not really a fan because a warm-up set, in my opinion, doesn't really count. Like if you're taking 4 sets of an exercise and the first set is just like a light and easy weight for you, then you still need to do 4 working sets. That first warm-up set doesn't actually like count in my opinion, but you want to do something that kind of mimics the workout if you can. 5 on this side and we'll get it going. Remember, we're working with a shorter rep range, at least for Sumo RDLs, so don't be shy with the weight. All right, don't be afraid to go heavy. Don't be afraid to progress. So maybe start with a weight that is challenging. It's not light and easy, and then make a goal to progress in some form over the 4 sets, whether that be in reps only or a combination of repetitions and weight. I knew that wasn't really on there, right? All right, set number 1. Feet placement wide, toes pointed slightly out. All right, that was a good start. Good first set. Hip thrust time. This is going to be interesting, but doable even if you have a small space like I do. All right, so option to make a progression here. We're going 8 reps. Option on that last rep to hold for an 8-second iso hold. All right, so not mandatory, but if you are working out at home and you want to make a progression without adding weight, that's what you can do. Last rep, option to hold. Good, relax. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep that. That's a really good progression. I'm looking for like actual shaking towards the end of my set, so that's what I'm going to do. Little quick recovery. All right, y'all, set number 2 of 4. I love set number 2. We've done 1 set. We know what to expect. We're maybe looking for a challenge in some way. But set number 2 should feel doable, right? Sets 3 and 4, all right. 1 more rep than the first round. I'll take it. I'll take it because progress is progress. Small progress is still progress. Stop making all of your wins small and insignificant when the small steps over time is the exact thing that's going to create transformation in the long term. So stop making these small steps insignificant. They're huge. Even if you say, what is one thing that I can do today to get motivated or jumpstart? And, you decide to take a 10-minute walk instead of sitting around. You decide to read a personal development book instead of scroll on social media. Last rep, optional hold. Good stuff. All right, set number 2, done. I think I'm going to go heavier with that weight for rounds 3 and 4. Even if you decide I am going to eat a veggie at lunch and dinner today, right? That is a small step in the right direction that could end up for you being a huge leap and bound. Huge steps from where you started by taking baby steps consistently over time. All right, y'all, it's set number 3. Set number 3 time means we're a little scared. Set 3 is a little bit scary. We're fatigued, but we're still going for more, hopefully. This is like how we test our body. It's not necessarily from reps 1, 2, and 3 in sets 1 and 2. It's rep 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in sets 3, 4, 5, that kind of thing. But we have to make the decision to start in order to get there. All right, y'all. Hopefully I'm still in the frame. I didn't even check. Set number 3, how are you making a progression? I don't really care what progression, but something. All right. Way to breathe through the shaking. Way to breathe through that shaking. Yo, Last recovery. Slide that in the back. Final set coming. All right, y'all, let's do this. Here we are, last set, best set. What can you do to make this set your best? We've seen this move 3 times. All right, you know what to expect. Awesome work. Last thing you want to do is cheat that last rep or 2. Last set, best set. How are you progressing here? Last rep, optional hold. Oh my goodness. All right, moving this guy out of the frame so we have room for our squats. All right. First set's done. Here comes more fun. Heavy dumbbell sumo squats, 8 to 12. Yeah. And then we have, again, 8 to 12 straight leg RDLs. So I'm going to start with my 50 sumos. This might be a little bit awkward with lift straps, but we'll go with it. Keep that dumbbell tight to the body. Bring the hips straight down like an elevator. All right, great start. Now, you want to try to, if possible, increase your range of motion in some way with these squats. So even if you can't make it all the way to the ground, maybe flirt with a shallow platform and see how low you can go while staying effectively engaged. So increasing range of motion without changing tempo and without losing control, letting momentum kind of carry that weight. Keep that chin tucked to chest. Set number 1, done. I really changed my perspective on these and used to just use them when I felt I had to. And for legs, I really have been using them most of the time to save my grip. Just doesn't feel good when the grip is stressed. Forearms are stressed. Watch your tempo, watch your speed. All right, quick little sip. We are halfway there. 2 down, 2 to go. Shake out the forearms, shake out the wrists a little bit. Now, if you want your straight legs to be even more glute focused, start nice and tight, soft bend, and then when you reach the deepest point of your hinge, come down slightly bent. Do you feel that? So what you want to do, don't cheat the hinge. Still reach full range of motion. So the thought in your mind is pushing hips back instead of collapsing forward. So everything comes back. Keep that chin to chest. Reach the deepest point. For me, it's probably around here. And then we come down about another half inch and then everything back up. Pushing the hips, again, back forward. All right, so that's how we keep the core engaged. We protect the low back, get a bit more range of motion, and engage the glutes. Round 3. round 3. Hardest round of every workout. As far as meat and potatoes, this is all we got. We got one more set. Whew, outer glutes are screaming. I know, me too. All right. Last recovery before our last set. Whew. All right, y'all. Last set for heavy lifting. And then we've got our side glute kickbacks. So I'll have a couple different options for y'all. If you're using cables, then I'll demo. You sort of come back and to the side in the cable attachment. I'm going to do it the same exact way with my mini loop band. Or final option, down on all fours and come out to the side. If you're really working on isolating the outer glute without changing posture, without losing core strength, that kind of thing, then I would come down on all fours. That's just for those looking to really isolate. If you're somebody who's like, I never feel it in my glute or whatever, maybe try body weight. And then when you build up that outer glute strength, add your mini loop band, and that's looks like some progression options for you. Ugh. Make the most of this last set. Every rep counts. Keep that dumbbell nice and tight to the body. Stay slightly bent even at the top part of that rep. Awesome shit. Didn't even go that heavy, like super heavy, but that's what proper muscle engagement, proper mind to muscle connection looks like. 8 to 10 reps per side, 3 rounds. Option to modify, always there. Awesome shit. All right. Which progression are you going for? Is it reps? Is it going from a modification to a standing progression? Is it a loop band from body weight? Make it hard. Make it challenging. Make it worth it. And no shade, if you took a standing movement like this, for example, you're not engaging properly, so you go to a modification. There is never any judgment for taking a step back, correcting form, correcting technique, so that you properly engage and get the most out of what you're doing. All right, I got handprints on my walls. It's fine. I don't really care. Your goal for this last round, stay within my pace, okay? Which means if your tempo is faster than me, then you're going too fast. I'm going to need you to slow it down. Feel the deepest point of the rep. Feel that muscle contraction, the burn, and then ease in that negative. So stop letting resistance and gravity dictate your pace. You dictate your pace by staying in control and keeping the proper mind to muscle connection. Okay, so that's your cue. If you're moving faster than me in these reps, you're going too fast. Last set. Do you see that I'm shaking? Yeah. The shaking's normal, okay? Don't be afraid of it. Embrace it. Stay under control, last 5. Hamstrings and glutes. Way to show up, way to slay. Go hydrate, eat, stretch, move. Eat your protein, eat your carbs. Slay the rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.